was just a great play.
You know, Seven, I think this is why we can't have nice things, man. I'm wondering if you're sitting there during the game just seeing, okay, what extra things can I add into it? I'm expecting some more coming into the next few days. But yeah, I mean, we talked about B4. Glitter, you mentioned them quite a few times. Even a team that you're looking at as having a really good performance throughout the entire day. And I think they've shown that they're really aware of how to push into positions. Also, their nades have been pretty on point.
I was actually going to say the same thing about nades as well. Today, specifically, I feel like we've seen more, but very successful ones specifically. And it's a really good use of utility that you love to see in PUBG Mobile, and it's also super important just in general for all these pros. But B4 is actually, while they haven't pulled down a win outside the Vikendi today, they have been so consistent that their average points per match is right up against everyone that's in that top 3 position. And so B4's put themselves in a nice spot for the rest of today and just for seeding in general to really move forward strongly into league play.
Well, speaking of the rest of the day, we do have one more match to come up today. It's going to be back on ERANGEL, and we're going to have Group E taken out of the mix here. But who's going to be in Group E? We need to remind the people at home.
Group E is going to go ahead and be Alpha Legends, Team Queso, Uter Killers, and Konina Power. So another strong team. Teams that were kind of starting to pick it up there. Alpha Legends, I feel like Alpha Legends was finally starting to wake up. And just going back a little bit to the viewers currently watching this, keep in mind, this is all for seeding. You might see teams like Cloud9 towards the bottom right now, Pittsburgh 9's towards the bottom. And that's not something, if you're a fan of that team, don't be alarmed by that. They could be using this couple matches here in a way as scrims to try to feel like and test out what teams are going to be doing. Teams from other regions are going to be doing that they might not be used to, which hopefully we don't see starts like that from those teams when we actually start league play, because that can definitely backfire.
Well, we will be going into our last one of the day. Remember, you can still sign up for the PMCO Fall Split. It's going to be ending today. We have over 60,000 teams signed up. And obviously, this map, it should be a map if you play PUBG Mobile at all. You're going to know inside and out. I would love to see, though, Glitter, some more bridge camping, some gatekeeping here. I think we saw, you know, through PMPL and PMCO last year, how insane teams can be to really lock players out of different parts of the map.
So what you're saying is you want a military island ending?
Why not? Why not? Make it exciting.
You're just like, we've seen some of those in the past, and they can be very, very messy. Like you said, not only will there be gatekeeping on the bridges, but trying to cross that water just gets so dangerous if you're not one of the first teams to do so, and if you don't have a boat, like, it can be really, really messy. So you are just potentially throwing some stuff at the players right now.
Well, we'll see if we're going to have any of that happen yet again. Remember, there's still giveaways going on, and there's a special one indeed. If you're watching over on YouTube, or even if you're not watching over on YouTube, head over there and make sure you subscribe. Once they hit 2 million subscribers, they will be giving away randomly to the subscribers some permanent sets. And of course, the Jason set 7 is going to be calling in a few seconds. I think this is amazing. And honestly, I need to make sure to remind myself to do this right after, because I think we're getting extremely close to pulling that off. But one thing, looking forward to ERANGEL here, and in general when we get into league play, because this is the last day of the opening weekend for Me7, is the fact that will teams stick to drop spots and stick to the way they've been playing here, not necessarily in terms of aggression, but in terms of their rotations, in terms of where they want to start things off? Or do you think we're going to see, over this little bit of a break we have, teams drastically change things?
I wouldn't say drastically change things, but you might see teams actually starting to adjust on other things. And going into predictions here, as I've just heard that we're going to be starting the match here. Jason, you know what? Tell us your first prediction. You told us Konina Power earlier. They ended up in 16th place. What you got, Jason?
I'm going to go Footballist. I got to.
All right. Glitter?
I'm going to go with Wildcard.
Oh, I was actually going to... You know what? I'm actually picking Wildcard because they are playing this next match.
You can't pick Wildcard, though, because you let everyone go before you.
I can't.
You have to pick a different team because you went last.
Okay, all right. You know what? I'll go ahead and pick Loops Esports.
Okay, we're sticking with Loops. They performed well last time. We're going to kick you out of here. We're going to bring in our commentators, and we're actually going to get their opinions, their predictions for once, because they have been sitting there, I think, just begging for it. They want to do a little competition between all of us, and we'll bring them in right now. We'll see you guys later on. Mustache Dave, Hot Jukes. Let's start off with you, Mr. Hot Pants. Who is taking this game?
I'm gonna go with Cloud9. Why not? You know, it's the last game. They usually perform good at the end, so let's see, hopefully they make it done.
Mr. Dave.
Hey, what's up, man?
Who are you going for?
I'm going for me. I'm at the end.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm the winner. All right.
This is why we can't have nice
won
things
today,
as well.
and that's the truth, Jason.
All right, why don't you guys take it away here, and we'll hop into our final game of the opening weekend.
All right, if you're not first, you're last. All right, Mustache Dave in first place. Jukes, you and me. I mean, we got the band back together. This is the 10th game of the opening weekend. It feels good.
Hey, I got the shake, you got the bake, baby. Let's go right here. ERANGEL, one of my favorite maps. These are like we've said it multiple times. These players, they know this map so well. This is probably, in my opinion, the most competitive map that we're gonna see inside of professional PUBG mobile play. But here we go. Good, solid playing path, right down dead center, coming from north to south. So these players are gonna pretty much have all their drop locations available.
Yeah, and this is the final map. After this, the groups will be seeded for the remainder of the West League. So, very important game for all these teams. I mean, Konina Power, they had, what, 2 chicken dinners out of the last 9 games. They had 50 total kills. And
insane.
Yeah, and to put that into perspective, second place is WILDCARD with 1 chicken dinner with 29 kills. So, Konina Power fragging out here the last 2 days.
And yeah, the last match where they had 21 kills, it was right here, right on ERANGEL here, just a few matches ago right here. So I'm really looking forward to see how this one is going to end up turning out right here. WILDCARD going to Severity. They're all by their lonesome right now. So this is a really good drop location. First zone ends up popping onto the east side right here. So all these players, they're going to know this side of the zone really, really well. It's going to be a simple rotation for WILDCARD and all these teams, I believe.
Yeah, something that really stands out to me, football is bullied B4 out of their drop spot Novo. They got bullied hard right here. I mean, B4, all the PMPL Americas, Novo. That was their spot. And talk about teams getting bullied. Sixless on the bike, passing by one of the members from Tempo Storm. You got headquarters in the area as well. And wow, we still got 2 players from the Knights in their parachutes.
Yeah, so they're trying to do that good old-fashioned late drop right now. But one thing I want to say, though, is I got to give it to B4. You know, they're looking to avoid a fight early on, especially with as strong a team as football is. But they recognize that military base is going to be wide open. And in my opinion, to be honest, lately, crate loot, it ain't it. It ain't what it used to be. You know, it ain't like the good old days, at least in my opinion. So I think that military island is going to be a good choice for them.
And if I'm not mistaken, I haven't noticed a team that drops there, or at least makes it their tried and true drop spot within the last 2 days. So, you know, I agree with you 100%. Better loot. I feel like it's easier running up and down the rooms compared to jumping on top of the crates as well. I mean, me and crates, we just don't get along because the whole squad will drop crates. I'll get on one crate, get a gun, and I'll fall off trying to drop to the next one. So,
the worst feeling ever. It's the worst feeling.
I need practice though, but yeah.
Man, you see that level, you know, well, back in the day, you'd see level 3 gear, but now you probably see, you know, that one M4 that you probably wanted so bad, and you just try to go and jump, and you misclick the jump button, and you just fall down, and I gotta re-jump again. The crate curse is what I like to call it. But yeah.
And when you play in pubs with randoms, they end up stealing it too. What's up with people running on top of each other in public games? You know, getting the same loot. Like, go to your own building. Get out of here.
Bad etiquette. It's bad etiquette. You know, I think that that's something that just as they play longer, and hopefully, if anybody's watching here, go follow some of these different players. You know, good old-fashioned Twitch streams, everything like that. You're going to learn about this good etiquette, you know, because you want to make sure that you guys spread the loot out and share. Sharing is caring.
Spread the loot, spread the love. Not only that, you get to get a better understanding on who the player is, how the team talks to each other, their synergy, their communication. I mean, there's just so much action out there when it comes to PUBG Mobile, and I just love it. I mean, it's so open. All these players very accessible. You can tweet at them, and you're most likely going to get a response. So you love to see it. And Dream Eaters out here on the horizon, just having a good final game here of the evening. Oh, Jukes, I wanted to get your take. I was talking to chat. I got to clarify this, okay? And you probably know the answer here. So, blue zone knocks you down, but somebody kills you. That point goes to that person that kills you, right?
100%. If they get the thirst, you get the kill. You get the point.
And that's that. What is it possible for you to get the knock and the blue zone gets the thirst?
If you get the knock and the blue zone thirst, you get the kill. You should get the kill.
So it's win-win. Win-win.
Yes.
Win-win. All right, so talk about being the win-win right here. Kowalski popping on up behind that broken wall. Will be connecting onto one, but the jump shot's going on.
What is going on?
The Dream Eaters are done. That was a quick one. Kowalski, the only member from Loops to get knocked in the process. It's like Dream Eaters are like, hello, Loops. Would you like 4 points? Loops are like, yeah, sure, why not?
Oh my God! Oh, I'll tell you what. If there was a gambling spot available, I would put all my money down that is going to be one of the highlighted plays on the desk right here. What an insane play right there. Loops able to clutch that out. It looked like it wasn't going to be in their favor, but they got it done right there. And it looks like y'all look at that. Just look at the sharing of the loot. Stop by, parked at each other, just a quick little exchange, and on to the next week. But man, I can't get over that past Loops fight. That was insane.
I feel like Dream Eaters, and feel free to let me know. I feel like they all pushed the same angle right there, and that was like their downfall. They all pushed the same exact spot.
They had more cover than Loops, and Loops was stuck against that wall. All they had to do was kind of hit that lean and shots. But I guess another member from Loops, I wasn't sure if maybe it was somebody that was in the passenger seat driving, but somebody threw a nade, and that just turned the whole fight around for Dream Eaters right there, man. But wow, what an insane play.
One grenade to rule them all.
All it takes.
Oops. That's all it takes. B4 up here. Looks like they got Solke kind of pinned down. Solke might not even be aware with the freedom of them just running around, looting up right now. They might not even be aware that there is an eagle in the sky hunting them down right here. And Solke just enjoying life, not even expecting what's to come.
Oh, and there it is right there. You called it out. Oh, my goodness. It's like an eagle, stalking its prey. Solke thought that he was okay.
Mouse.
He's not okay. Yeah.
Listen, Jason asked, who's the winner? I mean, it's clear. Dave.
True.
Dave.
You nailed it. Perfect.
You're a winner too, though. You're a winner too. I just want to let you know you're a winner.
Oh, hey, you know what? Winner by association. That's what I'm talking about.
If I'm shining, you're shining. We all shine.
Hey, we win the Super Bowl. We all get rings. That's what I'm talking about.
Even if you're on the bench, you get a ring. So it's a win. I'd rather be on the bench, honestly, at that point. But hey, to each his own.
Hey, I'll tell you what. If I was in the Super Bowl and if I got a ring and if I was on the bench 10 years down the lines, I'm telling my kids I was the quarterback.
Exactly. I mean, I remember that one pass.
Oh, man.
10 years ago.
Clutched it. 5 seconds left on the clock.
I got the clutch factor, I got the clutch factor. Oh, man. Oh, so, yeah, teams looking to get some rings here. Headquarters, one of them, without a doubt. Tempo Storm as well, without a doubt, looking to get the rings because you know what? Respect comes in diamonds. And in order to get those diamonds here in PUBG Mobile, you got to get the chicken.
Got to get the chicken. That's the only way to get it done. It's either time to put up or shut up. Got to hit some big shots. And when you're going against all these teams like this, you got to just be on point. You cannot be, you think that, all right, we can just play separate, try and just hit some decent shots. Not going to happen. As you can see, Shifan hitting the gas really, really hard on this buggy. Yeah. And I think that with that blown out tire, he's going to opt to pick up that US that's right ahead of him.
I might need to take that bad boy to the shop, get that oil changed, get the tires rotated. But yeah, a lot of teams coming into this final game, definitely trying to walk it like they talk it. And I'm really happy that Yala Esports have been able to kind of pick up the speed, pick up the tempo, and pick up that momentum here today. Because honestly, yesterday, they were lackluster. And I was getting worried for them. Next zone does going up. Oh, not looking too bad.
Yep, this is a good zone that every single one of these players knows well. Potato Hill, right dead center. Tempo Storm seems to be kind of holding down that area. B4 have already rotated for military up through that bridge right there. So there's going to be a great solid rotation for them. Footballists, I think, recognizing now that they're a little too late, are going to opt to maybe go for a boat or possibly swim across this one right here because that bridge, that's a risky bridge if you're trying to cross it this late in the game.
And I respect it. I mean, I respect it from Footballists. They have to know that bridge might be camped. There might be some teams in that area and just going for that. So, I mean, of course they know because they lost Solke over there. So you have to assume that the camp is strong with that one. And oh, look at this one. This is a nice pink skin. I mean, it's pretty bright, for other people who are to see you driving up here, and especially the dead woods. But hey, style. You know, the drip. The drip is strong.
Yeah, you know, and that just goes to show you the confidence, right? Because some players and teams, they're like, you know what? I'm going to switch my outfits. I'm going to switch my vehicles according to each map. He's like, nah, bright pink. I'm going to let you know this is where I am. As Tensa finds Pyro with the headshot out the vehicle.
A headshot. Speaking of that, I need to, after this, I need to go and unlock those Yamaha bikes, man. I need to get those Yamaha bikes, man. The three-wheeler, super sick. Talking about being super sick, though. Beowulf with the VSS taking some shots onto 2 members on the roof of that yellow. And yeah, after losing Pyro right there, Beowulf making the call. Let's just pull back just a little bit here on top of Potato Hill.
I can't lie, though. Those shots from Bayo, they had pain behind them, you know? After losing Pyro like that, like those were just revenge VSS shots. Just trying to see, like, you killed my buddy, you know?
Killed him.
Trying to get some revenge back onto Tempo, but yeah, Tempo not having any of it, saying, "Yep, we got Pyro. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing you can do."
So sad. The tears, you know, the tears. I saw them. Bayo's tears, though, a hot commodity. You know, doesn't cry much.
Very rare.
Very rare. Very rare. Catch that later. So looking on over here, the Knights, Carnage. Pretty low, but should be able to heal on up. Looks like they're going to be hunting down SWAT 69. Checking out the live season standings. Okay, cool.
Look at that.
Dream Eaters are already going to be out because, you know, not every team is playing this game. Rotating lobby, of course, but pretty interesting stuff.
You got to remember, Konita Power right now, they're in first place. Loops can overtake them. And speaking of Loops, Becker just got knocked right now and thirsted. So that's going to leave only 3 members up for Loops to try and cover these. I believe they need about 14 points if they're looking to take over and hold down this first place spot. So it's going to be up to the last 3 members, but it's Carrillo, Kaowski, and Dad, and 3 monsters still on this Erangel map.
Still going strong. Oh, no, you do not want to hard peek that, dude. H8 saw the initial peek, too, and was like, yeah, I'm just going to wait till they peek their whole body real quick. They should be able to get the revive, but yeah, H8 up here. I mean, hey, that's a vest. That might even be a helmet right there. You do not want to be peeking on H8.
That just goes to show you, know, that anybody in the chat to say, oh, this team's camping, blah, blah, blah. Look at that. I mean, you can't even peek the slightest little pixel. Otherwise, you're going to get knocked. And look at this zone as it has had a good, solid heart shift to the east side right now. Big break for Pittsburgh Knights. I know that they're really happy about this one. Cloud9 as well as SWAT 69. The rest of the squad going to have to get into this zone quickly.
Yeah, looks like WILDCARD sent Acer to prison. Looks like they're all going to be getting some loot. WILDCARD playing that position, you know, almost every angle match, of course, when the circle favors it. But yeah, the hard shift going to be tossing a wrench in that plane. SWAT 69 on the edge, you know, just south of Pachinki. They're looking pretty good, looking pretty fine. Team Umbra, though, looks like they're going to be in pursuit of one of the members from Frag Machine.
Oh, we got a runner.
To get right on over that hill. Yeah, are they going to continue chasing them down? Probably, right? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, well, they're just headed into zone right now, and they're trying to get any... I mean, if they're able to get that knock and thirst, that is a lot of loot. Oh, there they go.
The remainder of Frag Machines. Yeah, Vindex trying to make a U-turn. Going to be pumping the brakes. Going to be popping on out. And there goes one from Frag Machines. Outplay. Going back and forth, trying to dodge these bullets going uphill. And there goes Outplay as well. Oh, we were talking about traffic jams, flat tires, getting oil changes. Well, Frag Machine, they lost 2 in the process of that rotation.
Tough break for Frag Machine right there, losing 2 members on the rotate. And I mean, this is why, I mean, I think that driving is a really underrated skill, especially in PUBG. Oh, what happened? Outplay got ran over by Vindex. What just happened right there? Really interesting to see. It looked like they were okay, but I guess not. As Kaowski, we're going over to him. He's got that 6X Mini just tapping away right now, annoying this squad across the field.
All you got to do. That's all you got to do. I mean, Kowalski, I mean, such a good player. I mean, all these players are good, but Kowalski, I just love the fact that every time we look at them, they are not standing still at all. I mean, it's remarkable. And, you know, looking over here, look like Yala Esports 0, yep, might have got that knock on to Octavian down there on the first story of the Harry Potter. Is going to be straight up sending it. Yala Esports only with 2 up, but not going to let that stop them over here. There goes actually 2 down from KHK Esports. Now it's up to Oped trying to get the wraparound 0 going on for that spray. We'll be finding one of them doing the quick switcherino to that Scar. Oh no, needs to reload. 0 reloading as well on the outskirts of this one. The third party is coming on out. 0 aiming down sights right there. Bam, shot to the chest. There goes KHK Esports.
Well played, 0 right there, using that third party from football is to his advantage, but he ended up losing his teammate in the process. Now he's stuck all by himself while the rest of footballers know exactly where he's at.
Really, you know, I don't think either of those teams won. If you got footballists right near you taking shots at you, yeah, you're in a losing situation. I'm just going to say it just like that. So, actually, next zone does go on up.
Oh, my gosh.
Could favor. Yeah, that could favor 0 from Yala.
I'll tell you who won after that zone shift. Pittsburgh Knights, man. That zone hard shifted right on top of them, and there is a lot of open field right now. So this is a huge opportunity for PK to get a whole lot of kills on the leaderboard, but they're really spread out, and all the teams are starting to crash on them right now.
Yeah, you know, I want to see them group up like yesterday. You know, we see Raven, we see Sixless. They're spread apart right now, trying to catch these angles. But every single other squad that was not favored, and that's 13 other teams, they are in their vehicles. They are making the pull-up, making the push right now as Carnage is finding out first-hand tempo. They're able to get in that low little dip over there, uneven from C9 with the Scar, trying to get some vehicle explosions of their own.
Yes, they are right now. Loops all set up, getting shot in the back from Cloud9. WILDCARD in the mix as well, crashing onto Sixless. This is what happens when you're so spread out. You know, you just, there's nothing you can really do when a team crashes on top of you. They're gonna have to make that sacrifice of Sixless, and Carnage is gonna have to retreat to the rest of his team.
Yep. Carnage
Grenade by Spring.
There, Spring gonna be trying to toss these grenades on into those little tiny shelter windows.
And they thread it.
Gonna be cooking another one. Smokes are coming on out from
Got him.
roofs. Oh, the grenade on the roof, able to inflict all the damage that's needed. Carlito trying to push some out themselves. Spring able to make their way on in. They are right on top of one another. One wall to separate them right now. Spring's gonna be going on for that heal up. Carlito. Oh, switching back. Okay. I mean, Wildcard's still all alive. The whole team. Yep. Okay, coming in. Oh, the third party, though. The third party from C9. Bayo over here with the VSS, taking some shots. Gonna be shooting multiple shots out there, actually inflicting so much damage. Able to connect not on 1, but 2 of WILDCARD.
And Loop, such a strong team, but pitched from both sides, from WILDCARD and Cloud9, 2 monster squads here in North America. And yeah, Loop's getting taken out right there in 13th place. Tough break for that squad, and for 7, who predicted they're gonna win. Man, tough.
That Shack though, I have never seen a team play that Shack and like actually live to tell the tale. I mean, it's like, yes, it's cover, but look around it. There's nothing. You know, it's just wide open. And look at this, the major counter to that Shack right now. I mean, C9, what a nice dip. They got the cover for some of their vehicles at least.
Yeah, they're in a pretty good spot right now. It all depends on where this next zone decides to rotate to. Regardless, this is the importance of having so many vehicles up in the late game. And for anybody that's just kind of tuning in to professional gameplay, this is huge. When you don't have cover, having that vehicle, you could blow it up. And when it's blown up, it's basically a wall. And that's what these teams do. They set up basically nice little car walls. As we go over to the replay right now with WILDCARD against Luke at Spring. What a grenade right there. I mean, they calculated that perfect. Threaded the needle through the window. Able to get 2 knocks onto Loops. And then from there, pressed up, and we're able to finish off the rest of that Loop squad.
Yeah, and one thing to note, WILDCARD, yep, they got both the revives, so they're all up. They're looking good. They're looking healthy. Umbra over here making a little mini red zone themselves onto 2 of the members from Nova, and that's going to be flushing them on out, while the other duo from the squad is on top of the roof trying to retaliate right now on the team Umbra.
He's got that 6X M4, probably one of the best setups you could possibly have in PUBG Mobile right here at HCL, hitting some big shots to kind of stop the pressure, you know, to give his team a little bit more room to rotate as this zone has shifted further down south onto Tempo and Wildcard. So all these teams are going to have to rotate from the north down south.
Wow, I mean, talk about this shift. I already know Sixless is in the comms like you guys should have rotated on top of me because Sixless was in the prime position for this zone.
Oh my goodness!
Support. What the heck just happened here? The double knocks on both Footballless and B4. Here comes Pedro OG trying to come up with Mix Zero to get the revives, to get the support. But you got Wildcard up there on the high ground, just peeking on over, going for that spray, but don't count out Cloud9 just yet. They got sight lines for days right now, and Footballless, they sent their last remaining member out for a nice little swim to try to get some placement points. Lut's gonna be bleeding on out right now.
Pedro, dog, he's got that M249 though, as that drop landed right on top of them, but Nova, easy, putting some work onto this B4 team. They are stuck right now, just trying to smoke out and survive, doing everything they can to live right here, and it's not going to be easy.
Nova, the backstab. But you know what? The backstabbers might get backstabbed. We got Yala Zero making the pull-up.
Oh, he's pushing.
Pedro, M249 going for that spray. Can they connect? Sam will be spotted and taken down, but Sam, Levi, Slicky, I mean, it is all out mayhem. The kill feed is just popping off right now, and that's B4.
Oh man, that would have been the craziest shot if Slicky was able to get that one right here. But moving over, we're looking at SWAT 69 inside the building right now, trying to get any kind of sight lanes they can on this other squads. Got the vehicle already locked and loaded, ready. They're pressing on the Umbra.
What? Crashing the vehicle, trying to close the gap, going to be making the breach. Umbra trying to fight off both SWAT 69 and headquarters. They have quite the challenge ahead of them. Big respect to King using that mutant burst fire as well. That 7.62. That sucker hurts. And now you got up here 2 more members alive. 4 Team Umbra on that second story. Can they survive these grenades though?
And they do it. We saw Slicky in the kill feed on the Cloud9, a sniper legend getting that headshot. Really huge play right here as SWAT 69 is trying to take out Umbra. It's not going to be an easy situation though.
SWAT 69, they have 4. Umbra with 2. We see the grenades, we see the splash damage. PRZ cooking this one. The smoke's gonna be underhanding that one. Damage is coming out on both sides. And to make matters worse, the next zone saying yoink, hard shift out there to the east, and it does not look like headquarters are moving anytime soon. They're gonna try to third party this one for sure.
Yeah, Team Umbra doing all they can right now to slow this push, smoking the stairway, throwing nades, pre-nades, but now they have to fight this. They have to go. 5 seconds left on the clock. This is zone 6. They can't afford the blue zone. I wonder if SWAT 69 at this point just start doing a heal strat. That's probably their best option right now.
I mean, SWAT 69, they do have a buggy in US to work with if they send it, but they're going to risk getting backstabbed. PRZ, the last remaining member right now for Umbra, chunked down pretty low, has 3 first aids, has 9 bandages, and here comes the push right now. All right, SWAT 69 able to eliminate, but is it all for nothing? Headquarters going to be pushing out as well. Mad's going to be hitting the grass, hitting the dirt, getting the shots. Can they connect onto problems? The 1v1, they're both just spraying, and there we go. Headquarters coming out on top.
Man, so close right there. I would have liked to see SWAT 69 just go for the heal strat at that moment, especially considering where that zone was. I think they would have gotten a lot more positions if they did so, but opted to just fight their way out of it. But man, headquarters just able to hit those shots on the laydown.
Dude, talk about hitting those shots. 7 called it. He said wild card. They're going to win the chicken dinner in the final game with at least 13 kills or more. I mean, looking at this right now, wild card have 13 kills. So talk about having that crystal ball. Footballless, solo, finally making it on the shorelines. And here comes the crash. Slicky going to be able to defend against the pull-up from Tensa from Tempo Storm. And you got Carnage in the tail end of this with the Scar taking some shots as well. It's a bloodbath, Hot Juice. It's a bloodbath.
Oh, yes, it is. And now here comes HH24 into the mid. Not sure what happened right there. He jumped out and seemed to got stuck. And yeah, dude, just like that, Spring taking him out right here. Looks like it'd be Wildcard versus Cloud9.
spring. And yeah, Cloud9, they've been chilling. They've been chilling out here. You made mention of their vehicles earlier on and how important it is to keep those bad boys up and at them. And now they're using them for cover over here. Acer is going to be pushed down the hill just a little bit. Looks like Sam going to be doing the same thing, but don't count out Headquarters as they still got skin in the game.
Oh yeah, they still got, anytime you got one member up, anything can happen, especially considering all these teams and the high level that they play at right here. It's anybody's game, you know, but Wildcard, they're gonna, oh, the zone though. The zone has shifted on to Cloud9. Zone 9 doing it, what they do best right now, holding their position. Acer, oh, catches a crate drop though. That's gonna be huge cover for him.
Yeah, that's like right on the edge of this circle. So yes, it's cover. The question is how many players can like huddle behind that without risking too much. Bale gonna be attempting to toss some grenades, and Jamaz from Headquarters looking right on into Wildcard's direction. Could play spoiler. Cloud9, they are so grouped up right now. One grenade could be disaster. And these grenades from Acer are bouncing right on over their head. Adar is going to be chunked down just a little bit. There goes another one. Uneven, about 2% HP. Beowulf trying to retaliate.
Oh, here comes Jamaz.
But Jamaz coming on out, popping their heads up from the grass. Bale with the VSS right there. Two teams remaining.
They do it.
14 kills. The revive coming on out. They're trying to get Adar up, and see you later. Beowulf will be able to pick up those first aids, heal on up. It's going to be a 2v3. It's going to be a challenge, but Bale spotting out Sam the Snake in the grass, but Sam with the fire on the Bale first, making this a 3v1. 15 kills on the side of Wildcard. Can't anything stop him? Uneven. Not able to do so.
Wildcard.
6 kills. Oh, 6 kills.
Look at the amount of work that this squad put in right there. 17 kills coming from Wildcard. Wow. I mean, they just put in work. They did that hardcore crash all the way from across the map, getting into zone, and they just killed their way through all the teams. What a play coming from Wildcard.
Not only that, I mean, they baited out that shack so well. I mean, Tempo went there. There was like 3 teams that went to crash on that shack, and oh, man. What a game. What a final, game. 10 games were done. The groups are going to be seated, Jukes. Amazing time. Amazing experience, Hot Jukes. And, hey, you will catch us for sure moving forward. But until then, we got one more desk. Let's go to a quick break.
This is a face of a defeated man. I don't know what you're doing. I know you're so happy, Seven. You were technically out first. Glitter. Again, Wildcard is coming through big for you. What is it?
Yeah, that was
odd.
That was
the opening
good.
weekend,
That was
right? These
good.
predictions don't matter. None of this is set in stone. There's no points being accumulated. It's just for seeding. Even though I think I got seeded last. But Wildcard, they've done it again.
Definitely
How happy
last.
are you now, Glitter?
Not only am I happy because I was right, but that was just good gameplay at the end there. They held that small shack against so many squads and so many potential third parties. It was just skill.
Well, there you see. First place for Wildcard. 17 kills. Not quite the 21 we had at Konina earlier on, but still 17 is amazing. Taking themselves 37 points. But Cloud9, the one time I don't back them, they end up showing up big here, Seven.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not even going to say it because it was a great pick there by Glitter. Make sure you follow her on Instagram. She's not receiving enough marriage proposals right now. Glitter Explosion on Instagram. There you go. You got your And then another one actually that we have been pretty consistent to be focusing on the results there is Headquarters. Headquarters, I feel like today they finally stepped it up a bit. Same with Team Umbra. They brought a completely different gear here into the second match of seeding. So hopefully they can go ahead and continue that momentum going into the later matches. Teams that were a bit quiet, Nova Esports, and going back to the first page that we got a chance to see was Cloud9. I feel like Cloud9 had an amazing match as well. They did end up getting, in a way, kind of keep by WILDCARD and what WILDCARD was doing. And WILDCARD was just using so many grenades. We're going to be able to break some of this stuff down here in a little bit. But WILDCARD was just on a completely different level here on this Erangel.
B4 even having a very rough game there as well. We've seen them really shine throughout most of the day. Let's take a look though at the stats from WILDCARD from that last game. 3.3 thousand damage done,
yes.
17 kills, 16 knockouts. Glitter, just glow, come on.
I mean, they're only the second team so far that we've had that have broken that 3K total damage barrier. You see that they managed to stay under 1K total healing, and they didn't even have to third party that much to do it. Like, they literally converted all of their knockouts and only ended up with 1 additional kill on top of it, which means they were putting in work. They were, like I said, they were getting third party. They got rushed. Like, they held so many people and so many teams at bay that is a well-deserved win.
Wasn't there a moment where a tempo actually like kind of rushed them down towards that shack on the cliff side, and they had a player off the side just waiting for them to come in and was able to finish them off? I think that's, we talk about baiting, that's a smart bait.
Oh, it definitely wasn't. It was actually Spring that just kind of waited it out. He knew that it was going to be happening at some point. Tempo Storm rushing. I believe it was HH24. He tried to get off that buggy, and Spring, the IGL of that team, the man with the neck, he was able to just go ahead and completely destroy everybody.
Is it the man with the neck?
It's an inside community joke.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to ask you about that one later on. Let's take a look at our top players though from that last game, and it's pretty much just gonna be all WILDCARD. Yeah, I knew it. Come on, just rub it in even more than I'm just terrible at predicting.
Oh my god.
Look at that. I mean, look, damage. Look at how evenly spread it is across the board though, Glitter.
And I think that's something that's super impressive too, because it says a lot to just the skill level of all of the players on the team and the communication, because this is clearly going to be due to really good focus fire, really intelligent engagements. We saw them a couple times at the top of that hill when they were no longer forced to stay inside that shack. They had a really good spread. They were getting good angles on anyone that was near them. Just, oh God, I don't think I have enough good things to say about them after that game.
And something that I want to go ahead and note that did impress me a lot was from Sam. Sam, at one point, he was having in a 1v1 face-off with Beowulf. Beowulf had cover, and Sam was just pretty much being prone. And as soon as Beowulf picked, he got some shots on Sam. Sam was able to realize that, and he absolutely laser, and I mean laser Beowulf. So just the skill level that this team is bringing, and just the consistency too. This team has been one of the most consistent going into Erangel matches, and I think with their IGL Spring, it is great to have that, and it's also great to have your team backing you up with not just kills, damage, knocks, everything just working perfectly here for WILDCARD.
Well, even your experts backing them up as well. Let's take a look at the do moments from our last and final game of our opening weekend. You can kind of just drop us straight into this one at 7. I mean, loops off the bat, this was an insane battle that we did not expect to happen within the first 5 minutes.
It definitely was. I was biting my nails here. I thought, oh no, is this the first time that I'm actually gonna be able to choose a team and be 16 plays like Jason? I don't want to know what that feels like. And luckily for them, they were actually able to go ahead and clutch it up. And Tempo, another team that we seen them frag out over and over again. And I feel like today was one of the quieter days for them. And I've seen this before from Tempo Storm. So hopefully in the future they can go ahead and be a little bit more consistent, especially with League Play coming up. And right here, I don't remember exactly who that was, but just overall great engagements, a lot of aggressiveness. Something that we've been talking about throughout the whole opening weekend here is just how aggressive teams are going to be being here. And this grenades, don't worry, we're going to be covering that in a special breakdown in a little bit with maybe some special effects coming your way, so stay tuned for that. But I know, Glitter, I know you wanted to go ahead and mention something about this because it was your team beating my team.
Yeah, and I didn't want to have to rub salt in the wound, but it was a really, really good engagement on WILDCARD's part, regardless of who picked whatever team. Like I said, this was that entire area with the shack, and they had the edge here of the cliffside where they were able to shoot down at so many other teams. They were getting third party at a bunch of different times from Cloud9, and they were able to keep Cloud9 off their backs after they pushed in on loops and were able to clear loops out of that shack. That is not an area that should be easy to hold, and WILDCARD did make it look like it was easy.
Yeah, and something that I enjoy out of WILDCARD, even though you just mentioned it, was they were getting third party a lot, meaning that a lot of their players were going down. But something that we've seen from other great teams is how you were able to go ahead and recover from that, right? If you do have players down, how are you going to be able to recover for that, especially right here, Spring? Waiting that out perfectly and being able to go ahead and beat HH24 and then they switched their whole focus. They know, hey, you know what? Nobody's going to be coming from this side on the top of the hill. Let's just go ahead and focus on Cloud9. Let's go ahead and start spreading out. And they did that perfectly. They used those pretty much whatever cover they had, they used it perfect. And right there, that was the play I was talking about between Sam and Beowulf. Sam, just an absolute laser. Overall, great plays. Once again, Wildcard. I'm pretty sure my boy Wiki Gaming is going to be happy to see that chicken dinner from that team.
I'm not gonna lie, not only was it a great play in general, but the amount of nades we saw being used constantly throughout that game. I swear we had like a standoff from both teams, just throwing nade after nade after nade. Let's take a look at the total damage, and honestly, I'm wondering to myself here, guys, how much of this was from nades alone? Wildcard 3.3K.
This is one of those games where we actually not seeing a lot of damage from all the other teams. I think earlier in the day we had a game where we had almost 1,000 damage per team, but here right now with Wildcard, just 3,300 damage. That's by far the second most damage so far that we've seen here, and I cannot wait to see what's going to happen coming into league play. Some of the other teams, though, to go ahead and mention, Pittsburgh Knights. Pittsburgh Knights, I think, is one of those teams from North America that I expected a lot more, especially here on the opening weekend. Maybe, hopefully, they were just using it as scrims, as we were saying for other teams. They were just using to test out stuff, since they do have 6-list in their squad now, and hopefully going into league play, they switched, they changed that gear, they turn it on, and they're able to go ahead and be in the top 5.
And just one small note off of that as well, too, from that damage chart. One thing I did want to point out is that we saw Footballist on there with only 300 and something damage, I believe, but still 4 kills to their names. So talk about making really, really good use of your damage output, because those kill points are going to be incredibly important for the entire league play portion.
Well, we do have a head-to-head here that I think you're going to possibly hate, Seven. Wildcard up against Loops. Maybe not so much since we're doing an accumulated total.
Thank you,
However,
production.
Yeah, last match didn't work out too well for the BBC. I mean, it's still pretty equal, but again, I feel like Seven, Wildcard really came through big today.
Oh, definitely. I think Wildcard over and over again, they have showed that they are a team that came here to play. Even going back from the first game, I can't remember exactly how many kills they had. I think they had 13 kills on the first match that we played on opening weekend. So they're a team that wants to go ahead and just continue a consistency. A lot of these teams, especially Wildcard, going back to PMPL Americas, they were a team that got very hot, but they were not able to go ahead and follow through that. Unlike other teams like Loop Esports, once they get hot, they're able to go ahead and stay consistent, not just with placing, but also with kills. So hopefully going into league play here, I want to go ahead and see Loops Esports go ahead and continue to be consistent, get those skills, and Wildcard, go ahead and show us again what you were able to do here on opening weekend, because it was amazing.
And even looking at like damage received, Glitter, there was a massive difference. I think it was like over 1,000 damage difference between Wildcard and Loops. And what does that kind of say to you, I guess, about how the teams have been playing?